turn off, do not disturb on. I forgot to do it. I have to edit the video. Okay. So that's the pattern, 4 3 2s. Now, it doesn't really matter what the pattern is. What we're doing here is the ability to stop a stroke. And okay, why? What's the point of this? So that we can what?
Control.
Play a small note after.
Okay.
Because if I do this big note here, am I now ready for a small note?
No.
No. So if it's just there. Do double stops. Let's do 3s. Double stops means both together. 1 2 3 2 2 3. Now, see this angle right where you're hitting? Ah, there it is. Now, you want your wrist to be straight. Okay, let me explain why it needs to be straight. Come back to that. Okay, so take one stick and do this. Right in the middle. And so now, if we hold this symmetrically, and if we did this and we pulled outwards, that's not going to go anywhere because, your hands are basically relatively the same strength. But now take one wrist and turn it and keep the other one straight. And now pull. So straighten this one out, turn that one, and now pull. Yeah, starting to slip, isn't it?
Yeah.
Turn the other way to do this straight, and you can even like hold it out here to the left, just so that wrist turns and this wrist is straight. And now do the tug of war. There's no way I can hang on to that. Turn your wrist a lot, like 90 degrees. So both thumbs on the stick, and then I just have one straight and one totally curled. Now do a tug of war. Yeah, your left hand's going to lose all day long because our crush strength is the strongest when our wrist is straight. Okay, hold out a finger. This is my wrist straight. This is my wrist bent. Is there an increase in pressure?
Yeah. So straighter.
Oh, I'm trying to do it really, really hard.
Stronger.
But now straight, and now, okay, now the opposite. Does that increase in strength? Does it increase in pressure when I straighten my wrist? So therefore, the wrist needs to be straight. Not only for maximum leverage and strength and not dropping the sticks, a myriad of reasons, but you're going to prevent carpal tunnel and tendonitis and all the whole bad stuff. If that thing is straight, then it's going to be the least. This is inherently abusive. Like the shock from this, it's already inherently abusive. And so you just want to be like, have as much good body form as possible. Things being straight. Like Mike Tyson doesn't throw a punch like this, that sucker is straight. Yeah. Straight. Now, freeze in this position. Now come almost parallel, where you're almost going to slap the edge, but then just off a little bit, because then you have maximum leverage. hold at the back of the sticks for now. We're going to lose all of our natural bounce, but I want you to think of them as clubs for now. I don't want this to be a bouncy thing. And it'll help you stop the stroke more because it has less bounce, because we're killing the bounce by holding it there. So just hold the back for now and really feel that swinging weight. Let's go big. Slower yet bigger. Oh my goodness. Now get that to freeze when it stops. Pretend this is on here. Yeah, there you go. Now do both together. And do one here and one here. I'll teach you something that is, it's a bit of a mind bender, but once you got it, you'll be like, oh. If you can do this, the secrets of the universe begin to reveal themselves. So let's break that down. So it's just 2 stopped strokes. So start up and then go bam, bam, and then both end up down. Yeah, don't let this one go flying. Really stop that. Let's do a left hand lead. Start with the left hand. Here you go. See where this is ending? Get them to both stop right here. Do both at the same time. Now one after the other. Now right hand lead. There we go. Yes. Now the next part is now we're in this position. Now we're both down. And then we're going to do what we did before. Up, up. Yeah, and now you're ready to continue the cycle over again.
Okay.
Think about it. Do it.
Okay.
Do it super slow. Choom, 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 choom. Yes. Uh-huh. Now think way faster upstroke. Ping! It just bam goes right up. Pow, pow. Just do this. Just do 2 smalls and just go up as fast as you can. Look at me and look at us in the camera. Look how fast I'm going. Like, yeah, exactly. Your upstroke is going to be faster, if not sometimes. If it's going to be about the same speed as the downstroke. Sometimes faster in some instances. Think fast upstroke. Mm-hmm. And do the whole cycle. Mm-hmm. We'll call this the down, down, up, up. Now read it and play it at the same time. Loud, loud, soft, soft, loud, loud, soft, soft, loud, loud.
Okay.
Now look at where you're left. Look, yeah, there you go. There you go. Do it left hand lead. Slow down. Chung, chung, ding, ding, chung, chung, ding, ding. With that elbow. Or not necessarily lift the elbow or do anything else. All I want is when you hit this, this is one straight line. That's all I care about. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Teach that to your kids. Okay. Good. Now, the next one on the list after 4s, 3s, 2s, or 2s, 3s, 4s is this one where we are now going to alternate strokes. Now check it out. These are eighth notes. Each one of these is an eighth note. And it's an eighth note because there's only one beam touching the stem. Note head, stem, beam. And now here on this one, now there are two beams touching each of the stems, which means that these are 16th notes.
Okay.
And now it's just double the amount of time. If this is bop, 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 now we just double it. So, so look at the similarity though. Right, right, right. Big, small, big, small. Right, 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 right. It is 2s, 3s, and 4s. It is this, but now you're just inserting the other note in between. So to go from to these 2s, now we're just putting one in between.
Okay.
So do this. Do your left hand lead. Keep going. Yeah. Now you go down back to right hand lead. Yeah, don't lift this one. Now a little bit bigger here. I'll give you a little bit more tolerance. So here, stop, small, stop. That's what that hand's doing. Now look at this next one. Not the accent on beat 1, but the accent on the second one of those. And the way this is counted is 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, E and a. Say that. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a.
Okay. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a.
So I will sing this. 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a.
Okay. Okay.
So
I see it changing.
watch me run through it. 4 2 3 4 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and oh my goodness gracious. Back to the drawing board on these. So run through that slowly.
Okay.
Just hit up here. Here's my tape measure. Four, 2, 3, 4, 1 E and
This is
no accent on the. So now you're just limited to only baby notes in the left. Now say it as you're doing it. 1 E and a, 2 E and a.
1
E
E
and 2 E and yes.
3 E and 4
E and yeah.
And this is
Next one.
1 E and 2
E and 3 E and 4 E and
This is 1 E and what is this? 1 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and
yeah, and then 1, boom, boom, to end it.
This last one was
Yeah, this we always finish the phrase. We would never finish it 1 E and 2 E and 3 E. You know, we're gonna just land on the next preceding beat,
okay.
on the next succeeding beat.
Oh, you mean this is this?
It could be if you wanted to loop it,
Okay.
but usually a drum line would just run that and stop, and then they would get notes and they run it again.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2. So right left is the whole thing. This is, there's no stray from right left. Gosh darn it.
Where?
So that's the motor that's going to keep on going. Four E and 1.
4 E and
1. Yeah.
Okay.
Boom, boom. Accent.
Okay. That was okay. 4 E and no. This is the first one, right? 4
Yeah, small.
E and
Boom, boom. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Why is this called shifting accents? Think about the
big
scheme
one.
of the whole thing.
The big one's moving around.
We're just shifting the accent. We're shifting it over one. We're shifting it over one. We're shifting it over one.
Yeah.
That's the logic of the title. 3 E and 4 E and left and left and E and 3 E and do this. So the number one thing as a musician, as far as our practices of how to practice, good practicing is practicing transitions.
Yeah.
we got this.
Yeah.
Once we've done that, we're off to the races with the rest. But now, switching the thing, so now we practice the transitions. So practice 4, beat 4 here, and then beat 1 here. And then just stop there.
Okay.
Here to there, stop.
This is
4
1,
E,
4,
4 E, and 1 E, and boom.
okay.
4 E and 1 E and 2.
Okay.
4 E and 1 E.
This was the big one.
Stare at every single note at the same time and keep in your periphery, does it have an accent or does it not have an accent? Read the information. Yes. Let's do exaggerations for this. In the learning process, it's nice to be exaggerated. Just lift your arm way up here. 4 E, and then do like such small notes that I don't even want to hear it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, now back it up. And so we practice that micro transition. Now we're going to practice the macro transition. You now go from here to here. From here to now here.
Okay.
3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3. And always keep in mind, right, left, right, left. There's no change in the pattern. The only pattern change, the permutational change, is sculpting the dynamics. But as far as the sticking goes, it's just right, left, the whole time. It's just alternating strokes the whole time.
Yeah.
1 E. Yes. He's starting to understand. Now, both of these lines together. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and so now go back and practice this transition again, because that's where you got flipped.
Yeah.
Wherever you get tripped up, you go and tackle that spot only. You don't practice what you already know. That's just a waste of time. That's just a waste of a life. Go and practice that transition again, and then say the numbers. 4 E and 4 E and 1. Yeah, you're tripping yourself up by coming up and continuing the pattern, which it would be if this was just a continuation. But that right hand is a low note. 4 E and 4 E and 2 E and yep.
Okay. 4 E and 1 E.
Okay, let's just go slower. Let's just go slower. From the top. 1 E and 2 E and big. 4 E and 1 E and 2 E. Yes. 3 E. So keep going. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Yes. 4 E and 1 E and 2. Yes. 4 E and 4 E and 1. You understand.
I was doing it with you, but yeah.
You get it. Practice. Now, okay, now we're still being familiar with the 16th notes. Okay, check it out. So we have a cell of 3 notes here. How many, within this 3, how many 16th notes are there? How many of those stems are being touched by 2 beams? 2 16th notes. How many 8th notes are there?
1.
Just 1. How many 16th notes could we fit inside the space of 1/8? 2. So therefore, the full fruition of every beat being played looks like that. 4E and a. And so now, which of these four, we could just overlay this on top of this. So if we're dropping, drop 4, 3, 2, 1, if we're dropping a note from this sequence, which of those notes is it?
The one of the two last ones. The very last one.
The very last one. It's because that note we could replace that one, but then if that's an eighth note, then it cancels out the room to play another 16th note. Okay. 16th, 16th, 8th, 16th, 16th, 8th.
Okay.
So the way this sounds, 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. Let's just do this. This is the way to teach this. Play up on this one, and then what we're going to do is we're going to drop the 4th 16th note, which is this phrase. We're just dropping that last one. But this is what we're going to do. We're going to keep right hand, right, left, going alternating strokes. But then we're going to hit this instead. 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and. So you'll see where this is going.
Okay.
So just play that right there.
Okay.
Just this bar. Yeah, which one is being dropped? The last one is being dropped. So the last one you just hit the table. Yep. Okay, now, instead of hitting the table, hit nothing, hit the air. Okay, now what is the sounding rhythm that's coming out of that? Ba 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 4E and. Another way we could draw that, which would be a dumb way to draw it. Well, it's more logical. A way to write this could just be 1, 2, 3. Oh. So, boom. And these could each be 16ths. And then we could put a 16th note rest right there. That little squiggle means an absence. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's a 16th note rest right there. That's what that looks like. I'm trying to draw that. Okay. And so we could draw it that way, but this is more ink on the page, which is rude to the musician who has to read that shit.
Okay.
The more ink on the page, the more you're not going to get called to, do this gig again, because that's just rude. And so the objective of the art and craft of notation is to have it be its most digestible form, to have it be as simple as possible. Yeah, we got all sorts of Bambis running around here. It's par for the course.
Beautiful, but no good.
Yeah. Wow.
Clover, what is that?
Yeah, it's clover. Oh, yes. Basically, we're just feeding them. Yeah. So this is a nasty way to write that. This is the prettier way to write that. Because, and in the percussion world, we don't have a sustain. So a whole, let's do this. A whole note, this on the back.
Sustain for me, I mean, other instruments have, you can extend something, but you can't do it with this. I think I'm thinking of like a piano
or just la, I'm sustaining the note.
No such thing.
Yeah, there's no sustain on that.
Yeah, okay.
So we're not a wind player, we're not a string player, we're just a boom and we're done. Unless we're like gonna roll on something. So this is a whole note. Whole note is just a circle. This is a half note, and the half note is indicated by there's nothing in there. Quarter note is now it's a solid. These are quarter notes. And now whole, half, quarter,
Eighth.
eighth. So now we can just double that. And always do, if you're drawing, like you just do all the parts are the same, and then come over and finish it off, as opposed to drawing one at a time, because then it looks inconsistent and ugly.
You connected those. I've seen that before when I do when I look on YouTube. I don't know what it means. It's just the way you do it.
Yeah, because here's the another way to write this, and this would just be rude. To
I mean, you've seen how I drew it, and I made a drum beat that has the old my style.
yeah, but yours has a grid underneath it so people can see the placements.
But
Our placement is shown by how it's drawn. So now an eighth note by itself is this. It's just a little tail. A tail or a beam. There is one thingamajig touching that note, which makes it an eighth. Now, if there were two thingamajigs, two tails, 1, 2, now that's a 16th note by itself. Draw that better. That's a 16th note because now there's two thingies hitting that stem.
Okay.
Now, what would be prettier? To write eighth notes like this.
Oh, all looking like.
All looking like
that.
Singles.
Yeah, or just connect them.
Or group them so the eyeball can differentiate to group them.
Okay. I didn't realize.
Look at the madness. I mean, read that crap. Like,
just going off that. Yeah.
I mean, blah, 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 how many notes are there? How many notes are there? Or I could just like beam things. Oh, that's just 4 and 4. Or 2, 2, 2, and 2. Okay. So it's courtesy to the reader.
Okay.
It just makes sense.
I just wondered if I was missing something because I thought, oh, that's the hi-hat. You have to close it or something on those. I was just guessing. I should have Googled it.
Okay, or just come get a drum lesson. Yeah. 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm lining these up vertically just to be anal about it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, boom, 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 and now those are eighth notes, but now they're 16ths, and then. What's after 16ths?
32?
30-second notes. Now, the likelihood of you ever seeing 30-second notes in your life is going to be nil.
Yeah, what is...
For me, 30-second notes are a part of, well, it depends on the tempo. Oh. If my tempo is, okay, if my tempo is this, if this is my quarter, eighth note, then those are 30-second notes.
Yeah, okay.
64ths.
All right.
But we would never think about it as 64ths or even 30-second notes. Just forget it even exists. Okay. Right. But that is the math. We could do more math. And these would be 30-second notes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I go really smash those in. And here's a little trick for doing. We would actually beam the whole thing, and then do this. So those are that is 8 straight across the board. 30-second notes, but we're grouping them into 4s, 4 and 4, so we just see that that's 8.
Okay.
Now, and 2 things are touching this beam, 2 are touching, or that stem, 2 touching, 2 touching, 2 touching, so those are consistent 8, 30-second notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, bop, 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 bop. And then beam the top one together just so We're grouping the 8. We're grouping the 4s.
Easy to see.
Easy to see it.
That's all.
Easy to see it. It's a total rhyme and reason to everything. So this is a whole note. We can think of this as dollar. And then we can think of these as 50-cent piece. Half notes. Quarter notes, just like money. Now, we don't have, half of a quarter. But these are now 8s. And let's just use the number because it's easier. 16ths. 30 seconds. So that's how music works. That's how rhythm works. That's the basic of duple, meaning 2, versus triple. We don't have any triple forms here, although this is the derivative of that. So that's how that works. Now, looking back at this again, this next rhythm, that first one is a what kind of note?
2 lines.
2 thingamajigs touching the stem.
8th? No, that's 16th. 16th, yeah.
16ths. Okay, so this is 16th. Now, this one,
That's the 8th?
that's an 8th. There's only one beam touching the stem.
Okay, so it's
And this one is a
16th again.
16th. So now, if you were to overlay this on top of that, which of these 4 is now absent from the pattern?
Okay, not the first one, not the last one. Of the middle 2, the second to last one?
So 1, 2, 3, or 4?
3?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because this is on the 1E. This is happening on the E, but now there's the value of 2 16th notes because it's an 8th. So then all we have left is, so the math is mathing, yes. 16, 8, 16, all of that equals 16, 4 16th note values.
So this was the top one is, what is it?
Mm-hmm. And we're dropping the 4th beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
On this one, we're dropping what?
Mm-hmm. Dropping the 3. Drop 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay.
Dropping the 2. Oh, okay.
Well, now forget that you know that there's a rhyme and reason there. I shouldn't have pointed out yet, because I want you to think through this. That first note is a
8th.
an 8th. So therefore, that's occupying the space of 2 16th notes, and then here's the rest of the 2. So that's 4 16th note values. So which one of these is now absent from that rhythm?
That's the 2?
Uh-huh.
Okay, what is that?
Mm-hmm, correct.
Like that?
Yeah, exactly. Good. You ghosted it. Ba 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 ba. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sit up. Mm-hmm. Okay. Last one. We have a 16th note rest.
Oh, okay. So it's just starting. It's out.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. E and a. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Play this to that to this to that.
Okay. This is.
Mm-hmm.
That was a little too many, but what's next?
Doesn't matter.
It's
Mm-hmm. 4E and a 1. Yeah. I will play this. Watch this. I don't know, 3 here before. So with the check pattern, check pattern is called the check pattern because we're like checking our form. We're playing the easy thing, and so that when we're playing the easy thing, we're checking our posture, we're checking our breathing, we're checking our positions, we're checking our alignment within the line. We're check pattern. Okay. We're just checking ourselves. We're bringing ourselves back into a full awareness of the tempo. Then we play the crazy stuff. Easy thing, hard thing, easy thing, hard thing, and we toggle back and forth. So 1E and a 2E and a 3. 3E and 4. 1E, a 2E, a 3E, a 4E, a 1E and a 2E and a 3 and a 4E and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. 2E and a 3 and a 4E and a 1E and a E and a E and a E and a 1. I rushed the end there. That's how that's supposed to sound. Now, we can ghost these notes only as an exercise, only as like a delivery to the brain of what's happening. Like, yes, you would continue those patterns, but now you're just not doing that. Now, no professional drummer would do this. We would just and make that as fluid as possible. Notice this right hand and the left hand. It's still fluid. Look at my right hand fluidity. And this is just going. So there's no break in the motion that I'm doing. I could do this. So that's how that looks. And then the next one. Now it's the left hand that's going bop, 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 and this one that's going bop, bop, bop. You get it. You understand it.
I understand it.
Okay, now here's where your understanding is going to truly come into. Your understanding of this now is going to come in handy. What is going on with all of that? Okay, so let's just do the math. That's a
16,
8.
16.
So therefore we have
Dropping.
we have beat 1. And notice that the beam stops within this grouping. It's not going to continue because then that would defeat the purpose of grouping them. So these beams are showing, first beat, second beat, 1E, a 2. Okay, let's do this. Let me get I wanted a fine point pen, and I got it. So now, check this out. I'm going to just draw this out. 1E and is missing. 1E and 2E is missing. And do the rest.
Okay.
Beat 3 is next.
1E.
1E and the and is silent there.
The 1E and okay, yeah, 1E and 2E and there's a stop.
Yeah, so that's that rest is there to show that nothing happens on the beat.
So that's the 3.
That's the 3. Mm-hmm.
So this is E.
Yep.
3E and, which is like this.
Mm-hmm.
And
Uh-huh.
Go
4.
ahead.
Oh, yeah. And then 4.
Maybe.
And then 4 what?
This is eighths, so this is 4. Is the E in there, but it's missing? So
Well,
and?
there you go. 4 and.
Okay.
And the way we count eighth notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So that's just 4 and, exactly. So the math is mathing. And now notice, here's a crucial thing to notice. This measure, where else do you see that measure?
You mean this?
This whole thing, this whole measure,
what I just did?
those 4 beats together equals the measure.
Looks
Do you
like
see that pattern anywhere else?
Looks like it's repeating right after.
Uh-huh. And where else do you see it?
Yeah, this also lines up.
The whole
Again.
thing.
Even this? Oh, left.
The whole,
Still.
it's just butt up. It's just the same. And then it switches gears. So halfway through, then it switches to a different thing. Now write the counts over this one, over that measure. In fact, just write them underneath here. So that's 1.
So this is 1. E is missing, or it's an eighth note. I think
It's an eighth, so therefore
don't even.
that second placement is now
That's an and.
bullied out of the position.
So what is the okay?
Mm-hmm.
Do I put anything there? I didn't put anything before.
Well, now we have a new beat. Now we have a new rhythm entirely.
Okay. So 1. This is and.
You tell me.
Something is slowed down, but this is.
No, we're not slowing anything down or speeding anything up.
Just missing something.
That's an eighth note value, so that takes up the space of 2/16.
So it's a 1. It's just a 1. And is it an and as well, or is a 1 and an E together?
Okay. Do the process of elimination. What's the last one? 1 E and
1 E and So this is the
Mm-hmm.
1 E and What is
Just an A.
Just an A. That was here before. Okay.
So if there's a 16th note right before that,
So this is and.
it's got to be and. Mm-hmm.
1 E and
Uh-huh.
There's a stop here.
That's beat
2.
what? That's beat 2. Yep.
1 E and 2.
Mm-hmm. And that's a
This is
16th note rest because it has 2 little things touching it.
This.
Mm-hmm. That's not an 8th note rest, which would be 2, which would be 1 of those little squiggles.
It's the same as before though. So this is this is E.
Mm-hmm.
2 E and I think and.
What do you think, or do you know?
This is a stop. It's a 16th, so it's the
Mm-hmm.
2 E and
3.
This is 3. This is an 8th, so there's no E. It's just 3 E and. This is and.
Well, what is that first one? Is that a 16th or an 8th?
This is a 16th.
So therefore, the next thing after that 16th
Is a
do this
the
one.
whole one?
Put what's the count for that last little thing within that grouping? 1 E and 2 E and E and
I assume this goes all the way to. The last thing should be a 4 E and.
Okay, sure. Deconstruct it from the back. Yeah, that's going to be an and, just like this is and.
This is because this is an 8th.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a 4.
Uh-huh. So now,
So
what else
3
is...
E and 4 E, maybe 3 E and 4 E.
Correct.
4 and.
You tell me.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this is definitely the 16. So that's the
Mm-hmm.
As far as that goes, 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and. I guess, yeah, it's the year the and.
Don't guess, know it.
Uh, how is it
Take a
different?
deep breath.
How is it different? It must be the E, because it's different from that, I think.
Don't use any comparison. Just know the math. Know the logic of why things are written the way they are.
I'll say E.
I'm not gonna say anything.
Okay.
You're gonna put it down in pen
Yeah.
with confidence, without any reassurance from me.
I put an E.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah. 3 E, and this has the value of 2 of those 16th notes.
Okay.
And since this is the first one right after it,
That's okay.
it's not going to be the and.
Okay.
The and is being bullied out of position because this is domineering the space of those 2 center 16ths.
Okay.
Now, this is the way this sounds. No, I'm not going to play it. You play it.
Okay.
In just one hand.
It's just one hand? Oh, all right. It's all right.
Yeah.
And what is that?
You can just go ahead and put the left stick down just to
Okay.
have fewer distractions.
What is this? So these. Yeah. All right.
Say this.
Okay.
1 E and 2 E and 1 E and 2 E.
Okay. Okay.
So say all the 16ths
As I'm.
and then just play what's there.
Okay.
Just so that you know where it is.
E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E or 4 E
And yes, okay, good. Do that again. Do that again. You almost got it.
1 E and 2 E and 3
E and
4 E
and yes, that's correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
1 E and watch this go by. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and I'll just say this and whisper the missing notes. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and see how I did that?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm making sure that I know the scaffolding, that I know the absences from what would be a consistent 16, 4 groupings of 16 notes, 16 of them. So this is a progression. You have 8th notes in the beginning. We have sculpting those 8th notes. We have sculpting these 8th notes, but yet we're inserting a 16th in there to make it now twice as fast. And then we have now the breakdowns of how different rhythms are written. This is all 4 of these comprise all possibilities. If we're dealing with 4 notes, then it makes sense that we're going to have 4 variations on that because we're missing the 4th one, the 3rd, 2nd, and the 1st one. So your understanding of the previous ones now. This one. Here's my beat. Here, I'll just do it. Whoop. So it looks like murder, but it's actually got a nice skip and hop to it.
Yeah.
Ba-bum, 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 bum, bum, bum. That's how that one goes. But I want you to work on that. But like Flint, he always just wants me to can you play it for me? Like, no. I need to know that if you did, the whole goal of this is for you to be able to just take the instructions, read it, and get it right. And so I don't want to give him the rhythm because then that's cheating. So he prevents working through it. So good. Oh, I kind of massacred this one. Sure, we'll look at this one just because it's fun. So now we're in triplet form, and we're in 12/8 because 4 groupings of 3s equals 12.
Okay.
So that's just 4 groupings of 3 eighth notes. The top number, this is not a fraction, the top number is the number of these kinds of beats per measure. So the little bar line, then we start over. 12, 12, 12, little bar line, 12, 12. So 12 eighth notes. If this was 12/4, it would be 12 quarter notes, which would be dumb. No one would ever write that. It could be 12/1. It could be 12 whole notes, which would be really dumb. I mean, if that showed up in sheet music, everyone knows that person's going to sheet music hell. And so, because it's just highly rude. This little dash right there, now we're like in drummer language. This little flip there means now that it's 2 things hitting it. So we could write it like this. Ba 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 bum bum bum, beep ba bum beep, ba bum beep ba. So we could write it like this. Ba ba bum bum, ba ba bum bum, ba ba bum bum. So this is just esoteric language in drummer speak to know that that is a diddle. And a diddle is just 2. And we're just going to let that hit twice. So check this out. Triplet, double bum bum, ba ba bum bum. Now we could write it like this. Ba ba bum, 1 and 2, 3, 1 and 2, 3. But if a drummer read that, he would do this. It would be right, left. It would be alternating strokes. But this one is just the continuation of a triplet. So I'll play the first measure. Triplet, triplet. We're just letting that bounce. And then this one, ba 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 bum bum bum, ba 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 bum bum ba ba bum. 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3. Last one, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and. Now, bouncing stuff is like, we're way ahead of that. But, if I'm going to hand you this packet, and if you are going to be curious enough to flip through the whole thing, that's what that means. This is way ahead of the game. In fact, I'll just play triple diddle because it's fun. I'll give you a beat. Dun, dun, dun.
There was a lot of, I guess it's that part there.
That part, that's all of them are being diddled.
Wow.
Triplet, 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 1. Put a little accent in there just to make it observable. That's what's up with that. Now, back to 8 on the hand. Oh, is it really almost 8 o'clock?
Yeah, I was going to say.
I'm losing track of time. Okay, well that's the perfect spot to end it. So now you know everything in here, and when you could just like study this stuff in the car, easy, and then pick up sticks and then pound it out with all those techniques involved. And the main technique that can, like today, is all about this. That right there
Yeah.
is the progression to many more cool things.
I was gonna ask you about these because my electronic drum set you can't you can't really do this, can you? I don't know if I can hear a difference between hard and soft.
Oh yeah, that's why electronic drums suck.
Yeah, and so I was gonna ask you for this stuff, but I forgot. You said you make your own.
Yeah, it's just this.
Maybe then I could go to this on a table or something.
Which are your drumsticks? Are they like this size? Are they like regular size?
I guess the closest is these wooden ones here.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Basically, these are small sticks. These are big sticks.
Okay.
So. The ultimate chompers.
Put them there.
Just take this. So, you got material for 2, and I'll just leave that intact for now. And then concentrically 2. So now you have.
This is one wrap on itself.
Yeah. So you don't want 2 of the same thing stretched over because then you have to like stretch the next one. It just goes.
Oh, okay.
So cut each one of these in 2,
Okay.
and then 1, 2, 1, 2, and 2 is pretty good.
Okay.
These are. Yeah, that's just 2.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll put them on something. I mean, I'll hit on the table maybe.
You can hit anything you want.
Yeah, I guess after this. Yeah.
That's the whole glory of it. Is you could just anything is game.
This is for 2. I cut this again. It's for 2 drumsticks.
Yeah, I just give you material, and
Thank you.
I know. Just be diligent about not losing the pieces. Do this for you. All right. Ooh, I know. That's perfect. I'll make sure that they're just like still intact. Yeah, exactly. So you can just.
And the deer is really nice and it looks peaceful, but you don't want them here. They just.
It's a constant battle.
They mess things up, eat the flowers. Or?
Yeah, it's they're great.
It looks
Nice,
very serene.
There's got to be a compromise someplace.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't.
they're beautiful big rodents.
I don't rent. I rent, so I wouldn't know what the damages are if a deer came messing around the house.
I'll just put some garlic out there and
Okay.
see if they don't like it.
Oh.
The deer hunting really is a bigger problem is the moles and the.
Really, moles?
Yeah, the moles are terrible.
You mean the gophers or moles?
Both.
Oh, I've never seen a
There's
mole.
also something called voles.
I know the name, but yeah, I've never seen one in real life, I think.
I don't think any of us have ever seen one. There's little shysters that just hang out on the ground.
Yeah, they pop up, chew around, and disappear.
Okay. No, I've seen gophers.
Yeah.
At the school, they pop out. Kids like to go sticking their hands down the hole, and we always say, get out of there. You're going to be able to sue us.
Yeah, kid pulls his hand out with a gopher attached to it.
That's going to happen.
Yeah,
Thank you.
rabies status.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll take it to school.
Take that. This is yours.
All right.
You can keep that. You keep that for 30 years, and after 30 years, I want it to barely be hanging on to each staple there. I want each of these to be like black with dirt and soot, and like it's had a life.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Sam. How long was that?
Way too long as usual. I just get overly excited about things.
Yeah, that's good.